Have you ever found yourself cleaning your entire house instead of working on that looming project? You might be a master procrastinator. You know you've reached expert level when your dishes are done, laundry folded, and even the baseboards are dusted, all to avoid the inevitable task at hand. You've got to hand it to us procrastinators. We might delay the important stuff, but our houses are spotless. Now let's not kid ourselves. We all know the classic advice, right? Just do it, they say. Make a schedule, they suggest, if only it were that simple. We're not just lounging around, we're actively avoiding something, and often there's a deeper reason why. So, let's dive into the art of procrastination, because it's really not as simple as laziness. Overcoming procrastination is easier than most people think. But here's the catch. Procrastination isn't just about being lazy. There's more to it. You've probably heard the advice, just do it or make a schedule, if only it were that simple, right? Picture this, you're staring at a blank page, the clock is ticking, and the only thing you've scheduled is a mental breakdown at 3 a.m. Sounds familiar? The classic advice is about as useful as a chocolate teapot. Sure, it sounds sweet, but when it comes to practicality, it melts under the tiniest bit of pressure. Just do it, they say, as if your brain isn't an expert at coming up with a million reasons not to. And then there's the make a schedule camp. Yes, because what we all need is another to-do list to ignore while we binge-watch another season of our favorite show. The truth is, procrastination isn't about laziness, it's about avoiding discomfort, fear, or overwhelm. Procrastination isn't a crime, it's a psychological hurdle. So what's really stopping us from getting things done? Fear of failure, feeling overwhelmed? These are some of the most common root causes for procrastination. Let's dive a bit deeper into this. Imagine you're a high school student with a big history project due in a week. The sheer size of the task feels like a mountain you just can't climb. You're scared that no matter how much effort you put in, you won't be able to do a good job, so you keep pushing it off, telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. But tomorrow turns into the day after, and before you know it, you're cramming the night before the deadline, fueled by panic and copious amounts of caffeine. The fear of not being able to complete the task perfectly, or the overwhelming nature of the task itself, often paralyzes us, making us avoid the task altogether. Managing procrastination is more about managing these fears. So, let's explore how we can do that. Scene: big tasks seem daunting. That's why we avoid them. But what if instead of looking at the mountain as a whole, you focused on the step, each ledge you have to pull on? Suddenly, the mountain doesn't seem so scary. This is the magic of breaking things. Let's be honest, we procrastinate on boring tasks. What if we made them more fun? Now you might be wondering, how can I possibly make doing taxes fun? Or how can cleaning the garage become an exciting activity? Well, it's about reframing the task. Think about it. When we were kids, everything was a game. We'd race to see who could clean their room the fastest or who could finish their homework first. Why not bring a bit of that spirit back? For instance, you could turn a tedious report into a discovery quest. Each completed section could be a step closer to unearthing a treasure, or make your workout routine into a superhero training program. Each rep gets you closer to becoming the next Superman or Wonder Woman. The point is, when you add a dash of imagination, even the most mundane tasks can become adventures. Make your tasks a game, not a chore. Going it alone makes it easy to rationalize procrastination. But what if you had a buddy? Picture this: an accountability buddy, your own personal cheerleader, keeping you on track. They're not a drill sergeant, they're a friend. You're not just letting yourself down if you slack off, you're letting them down too. Take, for instance, a fitness goal. Your buddy could be your gym partner, pushing you to show up and sweat it out. A friend in need is a friend indeed, especially when beating procrastination. We've all been there, procrastinating, then beating ourselves up over it. But what if we forgave ourselves instead? It's time to break the cycle of self-blame. Let's say you've put off writing that report again. Rather than berating yourself, you could say, hey, it's okay. You're human and humans sometimes procrastinate. Let's tackle this together. This self-compassionate pep talk can be a powerful tool to motivate you to start and to keep going when things get tough. Remember, you're only human. So, we've learned that beating procrastination is easier than we think. We've unraveled the real reasons we procrastinate, from fear of failure to feeling overwhelmed. We've laughed at the common advice and dug deeper into the psychological barriers that hold us back. We've explored 4 powerful hacks to beat procrastination. First, breaking down daunting tasks into tiny, manageable pieces. Second, reframing the task to make it more enjoyable or rewarding. Third, having an accountability buddy to keep us in check. And finally, forgiving ourselves when we do procrastinate, to avoid the vicious cycle of negativity. Now, it's your turn. Challenge yourself to try out one of these hacks this week. Whether it's breaking down a project into smaller tasks, making a boring task fun, finding an accountability buddy, or practicing self-forgiveness. You have the tools, now put them to use. Always remember that beating procrastination is always easier than you think.